Pete the Kitty Goes to the Doctor by Kimberly and James Dean, not to be confused with the singer James Dean. This is an I Can Read book. It's my first shared reading book. So let's read it together. Pete the Kitty wakes up. It is time to go to school. Pete stretches his arms. He stretches his legs. Ouch! Pete's belly hurts. Pete calls his dad. My belly does not feel groovy, he says. Pete's dad feels his head. You do not have a fever, Dad says. You just need some rest. Dad tucks Pete back into his bed. Dad kisses Pete's head. Pete pulls up his covers. He thinks he will have a cool day at home. Pete starts to play with his trains. Then Pete starts to paint a picture. It is time to get dressed, Dad says. It is time to go to the doctor. Pete does not want to go to the doctor. Pete is scared of the doctor. Dad says, the doctor is cool. She is not scary. Dad takes Pete to the doctor's office. They wait their turn. The waiting room is fun. Pete gets to play with lots of far-out toys. The nurse comes for Pete. She takes him to another room. The nurse checks for a fever. The doctor comes in. She checks Pete's ears. She checks Pete's eyes. The doctor feels Pete's belly. She listens to Pete's heart. The doctor even lets Pete listen to her heart. Don't worry, the doctor says. It is just a bellyache. The doctor gives Pete a cool sticker. She tells Pete to rest. Dad takes Pete home. Dad lets Pete rest in bed. Pete will feel better soon. Dad was right. The doctor was not scary. She was nice. Pete feels better. Soon he will be back to his groovy self again. The end. Thank you for reading along with me, friends, and we'll see you in the very next Activity Apple video. Thanks for watching. Bye.